For decades, purists drew a hard line. You can't put sports car DNA into a heavy SUV without destroying its soul. Manufacturers keep trying, they keep failing. They deliver compromises that handle like trucks and accelerate like sedans. It forces buyers to choose genuine track performance or everyday utility. But someone just shattered that barrier. I'll show you the cabin detail that turns a commute into a tactical operation. You'll see why hidden underbody aerodynamics are the secret no one's discussing, and you'll understand the polarizing design choice that proves the loudest critics completely wrong. This is the 2026 to 27 Nissan GT-R SUV. Pin the throttle, and it doesn't accelerate. It detonates. An invisible hand slams your chest, compressing your lungs while the horizon blurs. For a terrifying second, you question your own reaction time. Only when the G-forces drop do you realize you're commanding a 710 horsepower twin-turbo V6 ripped straight from the R35. Most hybrids use electricity for efficiency. This uses it for violence. When the turbos spool, the electric motor dumps instant torque to the wheels. Zero lag, just brutal motion. But here's the reality most reviewers ignore. Driving this slowly in traffic is exhausting. It's a caged weapon violently resenting 20 miles per hour. It demands focus. All that thrust creates a massive center of gravity nightmare, solved by a hidden mechanism we'll get to. It's a track weapon violently disguised as a family hauler. The internet erupted over the rear profile. Nissan took the iconic quad round taillights, the holy grail of JDM performance, and stretched them across a massive SUV tailgate. Purists screamed betrayal. They are entirely missing the point. This strips away polite luxury and replaces it with the cold menace of an apex predator. It is functional intimidation. Once you grasp that, the Nismo Stealth Gray makes sense. It doesn't reflect light, it absorbs it. At dusk, sharp creases cast heavy shadows, making it look like a monolithic block of forged steel hunting the pavement. Up front, the recessed V-motion grille and slim LEDs look like narrowed eyes glaring through a helmet. Out back, the massive carbon diffuser dictates airflow with absolute authority. Every line here is an explicit threat to physics. Sit down, and the steering wheel insults your desire for comfort. It's not a plush luxury rim. It's a heavy, flat-bottomed forged carbon yoke, forcing your hands into a violent 9-3 grip. Close the door. The scent of raw Alcantara and cured adhesive floods your lungs. Your eyes lock onto the massive crimson-lit digital cluster. Your fingers find freezing titanium paddle shifters. The screens aren't separate iPads. They form a unified atmosphere that shifts to an angry red when track telemetry engages. This cockpit is selfish. It isolates the driver in a carbon bunker, while rear passengers are locked into deeply sculpted buckets. Remember that detail turning your commute tactical? Watch this. The gear selector isn't a polite dial. It's a heavy machined titanium thrust lever. Pulling it into drive feels like arming a missile. Now for the secret everyone missed. Predictive Attesa ETS Pro vectoring. It sounds like jargon, but here's what it does. The car reads microscopic road changes and GPS data 2 miles ahead. Before you see the corner, it knows. It preloads torque to the outside rear wheel and deploys hidden aero flaps to crush the inside tire into the tarmac. Most traction systems cut power when you slip. They punish you. This system does the opposite. It predicts the slip and feeds more torque to the gripping wheels, physically rotating the chassis. You don't feel a computer intervening. You just feel like a vastly superior driver. The result? A 5,000-pound SUV bending space like a lightweight coupe. On a wet Tuesday, it catches a violent slide before your brain registers it. Nissan wove a digital safety net that feels completely mechanical. This vehicle gets better the longer you own it. In its softest mode, the suspension glides over broken pavement with the deliberate isolation of a flagship sedan. In its most aggressive mode, it turns brutally rigid, firing every pebble straight up your spine. The duality is staggering. You can tackle a Monday school run in hushed, perfectly civil comfort, but hit a twisting mountain pass on Sunday, and the chassis shrinks around you, demanding utter violence. The adaptive suspension isn't just a part, it's an active partner dictating the car's mood. It is a machine executing 2 entirely different lives without a single compromise. Starting price, $165,000. You're stepping into a market bloodbath. The $200,000 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT delivers a clinical track experience, but the Nissan offers raw analog violence the German lacks. Aston's DBX707, $245,000, provides old world luxury, yet the GT-R SUV is decades ahead in chassis tech. BMW's XM Label Red wins on electric range but completely lacks the JDM heritage. Let's talk real ownership costs. You'll burn a fortune in premium fuel, and replacing those carbon ceramic brakes costs as much as a used Honda. But the absolute theater of a true Godzilla paired with daily usability? It doesn't exist anywhere else. For the right buyer, this isn't expensive. It is exactly priced. This is for the driver who revered the skyline, now runs a company, and views quiet luxury as a weakness. It's for the person dropping kids at school before vanishing up a canyon road at triple digits. They don't want transport, they want a machine that actively provokes them. If you want to blend into the country club, buy a Range Rover. If you want to feel an adrenaline spike before pressing the ignition, this is your only option. The GT-R SUV is an unapologetic disruptor. Remember the critics crying over the taillights? They missed the evolution. Nissan traded polite nostalgia for calculated modern violence. They didn't just build a faster family hauler, they built a predatory machine that makes a Cayenne look soft. It is the final boss of the school drop-off lane. So here's the real debate. Did Nissan sacrifice Godzilla's violent soul by building an SUV? Or is this the only way the badge survives the modern era? Drop your take below. This is Lim Auto. See you in the next one.